everyone, I'm Laura Gale Locke with your City 7 News Now update. Well, the triple digits are here and it's a good time to think about ways you can protect your pet. We have Dennis Graves, our animal control supervisor, here with us today. Dennis, thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
What are some things that pet owners should keep in mind?
Well, with the recent heat wave and the fact that animals are sometimes left outside, you have to be aware of the certain basics that come with pet care and keeping them healthy and happy. Do the tips vary from breed to breed? Yeah, some of your breeds do better in the heat than others. Some don't do well at all. Your what we call the brachycephalic dogs, the ones with the snub-nosed faces, such as your chows, your pugs, things of that nature, they have a harder time breathing, and especially in the heat, so you need to be aware of that.
Is it dangerous for people to leave their pets outside from 8 to 5 during this really hot weather? It's
dangerous when you have triple-digit heat. It would just be something that you need to be aware of, and if possible, eliminate if you can.
And so what do people need to be thinking about?
One thing that you really need to be aware of is that you need to make sure your outdoor pets have access to shade. In the heat of the day, the sun beating down is really dangerous for the animals if they're out there all day long. Also, one thing that it's a tenet is to make sure that they have an unrestricted supply of fresh drinking water. You want to, and when you're with your pet, you want to avoid strenuous exercise. And you may want to wait till the evening or early mornings to do the walks and things of that nature. Something else to be aware of, if you have pavement or sand, those things get really hot when it's 104, 105 degrees. You can minimize your exposure to that by maybe cordoning off an area of the yard that's shady and where you can have a water supply.
For the pet owners out there, if they're wondering what kind of symptoms might my pet show if they get into a heat-related distress problem, what should they look for?
One thing that is prevalent is excessive panting. Dogs pant to keep cool, and some panting's to be expected, but if it's excessive, dogs or cats for that matter, you want to be aware of that. If they become unresponsive to you, you call their name and they're just lethargic. Dry mouth, normally when a dog's hot and trying to cool off, you're going to get a little drooling. If that's dry and they're just unresponsive, that's a dangerous sign. Their coordination can be off, a weaving gait or kind of out of sync, like the front paws and the back paws normally are kind of in sync. If they're just kind of staggering, that's an issue that you need to be concerned about.
Okay. And so if you see those things, what do? Do you just give them water or do you need to get them to a vet?
Basically, if you see these types of things, the first thing to do is to get him out of the sun or get her out of the sun and hopefully into an air-conditioned environment. Give the dog water and ice chips if possible. Rinse the dog off in a bathtub or with a garden hose. Basically, cool the dog off, basically. Okay. If the animal collapses, that's a dangerous sign. It may be going into heat stroke. You need to contact your veterinarian and get him some medical attention.
Since we're on the subject of pets, I know a lot of people probably saw in the news recently this story about the woman who had a number, I think 30-some dead cats that were found in her home. Are there any tips that you want to get out there to the public or any information about rules about how many pets people can have and what's allowed according to city ordinance?
Well, according to city ordinance, you can only have 2 pet animals of the same species unless you have an animal maintenance permit, which is available at the express office here at City Hall. And if you get one of those, you can have up to 4.
Okay, and then you have to get them all licensed?
Absolutely.
And chipped too? Is that? I'm not.
Well, we recommend they be chipped, and your license will benefit because you'll get a $3 discount on your license for any dog that's chipped.
Good to know. Anything else you wanted to add?
Just want to make sure that everyone understands too that they need to spay and neuter their pets, because we try to get as many adopted as we can, but if we have a pet overpopulation problem in the community, it's always a good idea to eliminate unnecessary breeding.
All right, well that's a good reminder. Thank you, Dennis.
You're welcome.
And thank you for watching this City 7 News Now update.